Momma Fit Revival. This is your core gains workout. Now for today, a couple things we need to go over real quick. You will need dumbbells for some of the moves. Additionally, know that core is trained a little bit differently when it comes to muscle strength than it does other types of body areas, okay? Now, while the core consists of many different muscles, we are actually going to focus in just on the abs today. And because of that, some of the moves, some of the ways that we challenge them and how we do that muscle strength is going to be a little bit different than what we've seen with the other workout, okay? Additionally, remember how at the end of the other workout, we had that little burner series where we had that 90% that we were aiming for? We don't have that this workout. We have just 5 rounds straight through. They still mimic this same pattern. So we are doing 5 reps max. Now there are a couple of these exercises where we're only gonna do 4, and I'll explain that when we get there. However, you're doing 5 reps max, and some of them are gonna be a little bit different because we're working different areas throughout with the move that we're gonna be doing. But that 5th one is just gonna be another exercise instead of that power 90%, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right on in to today's workout. So we are actually gonna get started by going down to the ground first. We're gonna do some TVA work. So come on down here for me. Right here, I want you to do good 360 breath. Exhale, really bring that pelvic floor in. Bring in those TVAs, low, mid, upper, and zip up that rectus abdominis. Bring those ribs slightly down. I need your gaze in front or slightly off in front of you this way, okay? Keep going for me. Now, what we're gonna do after this is we're gonna do a TVA endurance, okay? You're gonna keep the same pattern, but what we're gonna do in 3, 2, 1, big inhale. Exhale, do that TVA engagement. So pelvic floor, TVAs, zip it up, bring those ribs slightly down. Then you're gonna hold that contraction, just hold. I want you to do little breaths. You can make it audible like I am, but think about keeping this contraction, okay? Don't let it go. Keep going, keep going. You're doing great. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna go into some dead bugs, okay? Ready, and let's go. Load them up right here for me, opposite. So like I said, today's gonna look slightly different than what you'll notice with the other workouts, simply because we're working the abdominals primarily. And because of that, we just have to do it a little bit different. So you're still gonna be using 80% max. And some of these moves you might not be able to use weight at all with, and that is a-okay, all right? Look, I'm around 5 months postpartum during this one, and there are some moves in here I'm not gonna be able to do. Go ahead, relax, flip it over for me. I'm not gonna be able to do full out or even with weight, okay? Give me bird dog right here. So I don't want you to get discouraged. Now, some of them I'm gonna show you how to do it without the weight. And either A, you bring it from the modified to the full version, or if the full is too easy, you're gonna add weight to it, okay? Keep going for me, you're doing great. Next, we're just gonna do some cat to cow right here. Ready? Let's go. Now, your first round of exercises, we're gonna do a plank pull through. Now, due to how this one is done, you're only gonna give me 4 reps, okay? So you really have got to use a heavy weight for this one, okay? You're gonna use 4 reps. And remember, when you get your 4 reps in, just rest for the remainder of the time, okay? If you don't, you'll hear the cue for when that 30 seconds ends. That way you have time, go ahead and relax. If you need to adjust a move, if you need to, by modifying it or advancing it, if you need to up the weight, you have time to do that, okay? So for a plank pull through, I'm gonna grab my weight, go ahead and grab yours. You're coming into a high plank position, okay? Right here, weight is off to the side. All you're gonna do, pull through 1, 2, 3, and finish it with 4, and that's your reps. All right, now again, if that's too easy after you do your 4, pick another weight that's a little bit heavier when you go in for that second and third repeat, okay? You have 15, so get ready, grab your weight. Now, if you need to modify this move, you're gonna do it just from this high plank. No butts up, rotate, lock in that core right here. All right, get ready, 2, 1, and let's go. Keep it locked in. What I want you to make sure of, remember you're doing just 4. Keep going until you're done or until the 30 is there, okay? What I want you to make sure of for this plank, okay? I don't want your hips to shift as you pull the weight. So in order to help you not to do that, widen the base with your feet. All right, make sure butts are up, you're locking it down. Go ahead and rest if you haven't already, but make sure your hips aren't up, they're down, locked in that good neutral position. Also make sure they aren't sagging towards the ground, okay? Your low back will start kicking in. We don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna go up in weights. I can feel it a little bit with that one, but I'm gonna go up just a little bit and see. You're doing great. You have less than 20 before we begin again. So maybe try not modifying and see if you can do that. Now, if you're going from mod to full, know that you might have to take the weight down just a little bit, okay? Because you're taking a lot of the support that you have away, so your core has to work harder, okay? Ready? Let's go. Give me 4. Nice and controlled. So take your time, getting set, hitting that form. This isn't about speed. 4, and then you're done, all right? I feel like I kind of like knowing how many reps I'm aiming for, and then I just get to rest the rest of the time. Oh, it's kind of fun. We're gonna go through that. If you haven't yet, go ahead and relax. We're gonna go through that one more time, okay? One more time. And remember, we have these long breaks because I need you to challenge yourself with the weight. I need you to either stay where you're at or increase it every time. That's the only way you build strength, okay? That's why we have all this break time. That's why you have break time in between each one. I need you to be willing to challenge yourself, okay? This isn't the time where you cheat on yourself, you put things to the side. No, this is where you fight. I need you to be fighting, okay? I know it seems silly. I know it might seem boring doing just this little bit of work. Promise me that you're still gonna push, okay? Sometimes, let's get ready. And let's go. We have to train different ways sometimes, because if the body gets too used to one style of training, well, guess what? You're gonna hit a plateau. So branch out every now and then and do a different style, even if it's just for 1 week, even if it's just for 1 month, okay? Take that time. And also, here's another thing. Don't be afraid to try like a different type or a different style of workout. Go ahead and relax completely. Like for instance, let's say you're somebody who doesn't like cardio, okay? Don't put off a cardio workout just because you don't like it or you don't like that type of style of cardio. Give it a shot. You never know if you haven't tried it, and I always say give it at least 3 to 4 tries before you're like, that is not the type for me, okay? Coming up for round 2, exercise 2, this is gonna be a weighted crunch. So not a full sit-up, all right? I'm gonna come on down right here. I'm gonna walk you through this because I'm not the biggest fan of crunches, but they are good because, you know, we have flexion. All right, that's part of our everyday movements, especially as moms. So when it comes to a crunch, I need you to rotate that pelvis and lock it down on the ground, okay? I need you to do that 360 breathing to that TVA endurance brace work that we did. That's what I need you to hold. Weight's gonna be up overhead. Now what I need you to do, lock in that core, lift up as high as you can go, hold for about 2, come down for about 3 or 4, go again. I need you to be able to get up high enough and be able to hold for 2 to 3 seconds and lower for 4 without gravity winning. Okay? 2, 1, go. 1 or 2 dumbbells. It's completely up to you. Now, if you're like, this is way too easy, good. Come here, all right? But the thing is, do not let that low back come off of the ground, okay? Check your abdomen. Make sure that you do not have any signs of diastasis recti happening, okay? No coning, bulging, doming, or sinking in, okay? If that's happening, then I need you to stop the move, and those dead bugs we did in the warm-up, that's what you're gonna do, okay? Remember, you're doing the 5 reps, okay? The first one was weird because of the unilateral work. You're doing 5 reps again, okay? 5 reps, then you rest the rest of the time, okay? And again, this is very similar to the push-ups. If you're like, but with the holding and the slow, I can only get so many in. Okay, that's fine. Up it some other way then to make up for the 1 or 2 reps that you might not get in. If that means that you're extending your legs out into that boat, extend it out or come to tabletop, okay? Let's go. Keep that low back down. I need your gaze either directly above you or at an angle in front of you, not back behind your head. Rest. Good job. I'm getting like right there every time. But again, if you don't hit all 5 because you're working on that control and that strength of being able to hold and control the lower, I'm okay with it, all right? We have 1 more. I'm gonna up it. Remember to watch for signs of intolerance. And again, keep that low back planted, okay? Especially if you are advancing in some way, I need you to keep it planted, okay? When it starts to come off, your low back is now trying to take over instead of the abdominals in the front, okay? Get ready, 2, 1, lock it in, let's go. And make sure that this is coming from your core and not your head just bobbling up and down. Try and get those shoulder blades off the back, off the ground. And slow and control that descent. Get ready, relax if you haven't already, all right? Awesome job. I feel like these workouts just kind of like fly by, right? Okay, this next one is a little bit weird. So this is the one where I want you, if you know that you for sure cannot do full out, or maybe it's a new move to you, do the mod, work your way up to the full. We're gonna do side V up, so an oblique V up, a regular V up, and then back to the other side. Now, if regular full out is too easy for you, grab lightweight and add it to the move, okay? So, oblique V up is right here. All right, now if you need to modify, a couple of different ways you can do it. Come up like this, really keeping this arm on the ground for big support. Come up like this, or stay here on the ground and focus on that good core connection here, okay? And if you're gonna stay down here, I wanna challenge you to use a lightweight, okay? And then work up with lightweight to here, work up with lightweight to here, and then come up for full here. And then again, if that's too easy, add that lightweight, okay? Then we're gonna pull over onto our back and go into a V up, and then we'll go to the other side. Now I will let you know, like I said, I'm around 5 months postpartum right now. The V up, the regular V up is probably gonna be challenging for me, so I will probably do mod. Get ready, let's go. 5, control the opening back up. So come up, hit that V up, control the descent back down. All right, Don't let gravity just whip you down. I lost track of my count. So I was either 5 or 6, but now we're gonna go to regular. And again, I more than likely am gonna have to modify this one, okay? Just because I know my core strength is not the greatest, okay? So you're coming up into a full V up, back down, except see, my core lost it because I couldn't control the down descent. So if you can do the full V up, do the full V up. If that's too easy, grab the light weight and use that as well. If not, you're either here with me and you're gonna give me 4 reps total, or you're gonna come into a sit up right here, give me 5 reps of those, okay? I'm gonna do the V up single leg. All right, hold it at the top just for a little bit, 4 reps. So you can either, again, do the single leg or do the sit up, control down, okay? Get ready and let's go. So you're either doing full out V up for 5 reps. You're doing the mod version with me here for 4, or you're doing a sit up for 5, all right? Then we're gonna go to the other side. I'm still working on my lower abdominals, which are huge for a V up. We're gonna go to the other side, back to that oblique. Now, if you didn't use anything on the other side, don't use anything on this side. We're not gonna create imbalances, okay? So remember, you have different options. You can stay here for basic, add a light weight if you're able to. Come up here, or come up for full right here, okay? Do what you gotta do. Scoot just a little bit. We got less than 15. See how you can challenge yourself, and remember, when we open back up, control that move, okay? Don't let gravity just take it. Let your core help control you, okay? 2, 1, let's go. Good job. Exhale. Slow that descent down. Good job. All right, you have some time. I'm gonna go ahead and get my weight ready for the next one. And relax if you have not already. Okay, so your next one, I have a variety available for me. We're gonna be doing kneeling oblique bends. So we're gonna do one side, 5 reps, the other side, 5 reps, and then we'll do alternating for 4 reps, okay? So I need you to go heavy, remember, okay? So what it looks like, you hold one weight, bring those ribs down. So you have a slight crunch here. Keep your hips forward, right here. Engage your core and squeeze to come up ever so slightly more to the other side. Down, squeeze to come up, all right? 5, rest, 5, rest, alternate for a total of 4 reps, okay? All right. So you might be able to go a little bit heavier with just one side. Just feel it out. I want you, if you notice that something's that might be perfect, too light, try and notice that within the first couple reps that you can easily change it out and go up in weight, okay? Get ready. 2. So what I want you to do right now, let's go. Bring your ribs down, okay? It is a slight crunch right here. You're giving me 5. Keep that core engaged there. The weight drags along your leg as you pull up and crunch. If you notice my voice shaking, it's because my midsection is shaking. Whew. Relax. We're gonna do that on the other side, okay? So again, engage, ribs come down, hold that. You keep the weight close. Think about these oblique muscles coming in and helping you come up, okay? And you have your rectus here trying to help you stay in this good posture and in this control with your ribs. You have your transverse trying to stabilize you since you're not letting those hips move, okay? Those hips move. All right, get ready, you got less than 20. All right, lock and load it. You got less than 10. Remember, hips don't sway, rotate that pelvis, bring those ribs down. 2, 1, let's go. Control this move, keep the weight close. Really think about here, engaging and pulling up. Then you are pulling slightly over towards that side, just a little bit more. Whew. In the nick of time, relax. Okay, I'm going to attempt, since it's only 4, I'm going to attempt 30s. We'll see, I might have to go down. I was using 25 before, so we'll see. We'll see about the 30. We got this. And then after this, you have one final move, okay? And that final move is gonna be a bear where you push the weight and you pull the weight, push, pull. So it's gonna be very similar to our first exercise where you're only doing 4 reps, okay? So 4 reps here, 2 on each side, okay? Get ready, you got less than 10. Woo. We'll see, rotate that pelvis, locking that core rib slightly down and keep that weight close, let's go. The trick with the weight is you don't want it to throw you off. You have to maintain good posture here. Okay, woo. Because that weight's gonna wanna bring you back like this. When you start to do this, your body's gonna compensate like that by arching. You have to remember ribs stay down, hips stay forward, okay? Woo! Now, if you haven't rested, rest, all right? Last and final move, like I said, is that bear push to pull, okay? 4 reps total, heaviest you can go, okay? So, what that looks like, you have one weight here, okay? You're coming up onto all 4s, knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, okay? You're gonna come up ever so slightly, okay? You're not up wide, you're not up high like this, okay? Widen the base with your feet if you need to. You're gonna push, engage that core, pull it in. Would be 1, that's 2. You're gonna repeat for a total of 4, okay? This one does work everything. You're gonna feel your back muscles kick on to help pull that in, especially your big lats. You're gonna feel your core kick on, trying to stabilize you, and you're gonna feel some hip flexors and quads kick on as well, okay? So we're getting all that in. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier. Remember, it's only 4. It's only 4. I need you to be pushing yourself during these workouts. If you're feeling like they're too easy, you are not going heavy enough, okay? And if you're like, I only have so much weight, I will show you a trick with dumbbells that you can do if you need to double up, okay? I'll show you that after this workout is done, okay? You got less than 5. Get ready, widen the base with your feet if you need to. Walk in that core, let's go. You got 4. Now, if you don't feel your core, rotate your pelvis, you have to lock it in. You have to lock in your core. It's there to stabilize you so that your hips don't swing, okay? Go ahead and rest if you haven't already. Your hips need to be square to the ground, okay? If you feel like they're rocking out, that's when I need you to widen the base with your feet a little bit to help support you so that your hips don't dance, okay? We're gonna do that again. Can you go heavier, or do you need to stay right where you're at? I'm gonna try heavier. Let's try it. I know you can do it. It's your last exercise. I mean, you repeat it 2 more times, this time and 1 more, but you gotta challenge yourself, okay? I told you these workouts, you're not gonna be getting into sweaty Betty messes, all right? But if you look at exercise physiology, 2, 1, let's go. I'll mention it when I'm done. When you look at exercise physiology, it will actually show you that you really don't need to be doing all these fancy schmancy things in order to have gains. Go ahead and relax. In all honesty, like for example, if you're trying to grow your glutes, you honestly need 4, maybe 5 exercises that focus on the glutes and do them a certain amount of times with a certain amount of rest, certain times per week, and you're good. You don't need to be doing 25 different exercises. You don't need to be doing crazy, insane reps. You don't need to be sweating. Sweat, a lot of people attribute how much they sweat to how hard they work. That's completely irrelevant. They have no correlation. It's just how hot you get. So if you work out in an area where it's not really that hot, but you're doing cardio, you might sweat a little bit, but not much compared to somebody who's working out in a very hot environment. Get ready. Let's go. And when you're done, you are officially done with this workout. I told you it was gonna be easy peasy. Now I'm gonna let the time run out and then we'll get into a cool down, okay? And rest. All right, go ahead and come on down. Good child pose for me. I want you to think about getting your knees as wide as you can. Let that pelvic floor lengthen and relax for me, okay? And especially when it comes to working the abdominals, your abdominals are going to work the most when you are working in their plane of motion, first and foremost, but also for stability. So this is why you can get amazing core work whenever, go ahead and walk over to one side for me. I'm gonna show you from the front. Walk over to one side. But that's why a lot of times trainers won't put people through like sit-ups, crunches, stuff like that, simply because you can get so much work just by focusing on stability moves. So that's one of the main roles of your abdominal muscles, are to help with stability. They're there to help with the stability of the spine, create structure, go to the other side, support, aid in respiration, and help manage intra-abdominal pressure along with the diaphragm and the pelvic floor. So all that to say, you can train your abdominals in like the most nonchalant way every single day. Like even during the day when you're picking up your kids, you can be working your abdominals. Go ahead and come on up, give me some cat cows, okay? So just remember that. It's not always about feeling this giant burn on your core, feeling like you can't breathe type of thing. Sometimes it's actually letting the muscles work and function in the way that they were designed to. And that enough is great reinforcement for those muscle fibers. Go ahead and sit down for me. And just go ahead and lean over to the side. And come on up, over to the other side. And come on up. We're just gonna wrap it up with a couple of good 360 breathing, okay? So right here, let your abdomen and your ribs and your back expand on the inhale, okay? Ready? Let's go. Exhale and relax. Now, if you can, have your back up against the wall or lay down on the ground and focus on that low back breathing into the wall or into the ground, okay? Be sitting nice and tall. Go rounding or arching. Just a few more. This helps the pelvic floor to relax, helps your overall core to relax. And go ahead and relax. And that is it for today. Again, I told you, easy peasy lemon squeezy, in and out, right? All right, so coming up next, you will have your lower. That's gonna be your next workout with me, is gonna be your lower gains. So you will need dumbbells for those. Get ready for that one. Again, we're gonna challenge those muscles because we're going heavy, heavy, heavy. All right, let me show you real quick. If you wanna dip out, feel free to go ahead and dip out. Let me show you the little trick you can do if you need to double up on weights. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab, I'll grab my light ones real quick. So you can do this with heavy and light, you can do it with 2 lights, but you're gonna cross them over each other where 2 heads are kind of meeting each other, and you're gonna grab and use it that way. And this will give you 20 pounds, like I have 2 10s here, 20 pounds there. You can lift it up, hold it here. I know we just did core, not squatting it out. If you need to add it to a heavier weight, let me show you real quick. So a 20 and a 10, same thing. You cross them over, kind of get like a little X going. I try and get the heads to match as close as possible. And then what I do is I'll snake my thumb in and create that space. And then there's 30 pounds right there, okay? So adding weight like that is something that you can definitely do if you struggle with it. You can also throw on bands, use bands to add some additional resistance as well. But that is it for today. Thank you for joining me, Mama, and I will see you very soon.